And welcome to Tellor Dev Call, July 18th. Exciting day. Price is moving, things are grooving. Finishing up Tellor 360 this week, so we're sending it off to an audit. It's the big thing. My update first. So, I did an interview with Michael Feng like 6 months ago. He finally just posted it. It's a really good one. I talk a lot. They're like a Hummingbot's like an automated trading platform. So I talk like finance with him for an hour, it's like different. And then unmute. Okay. Yeah, so that's good. And then 360. So for Brenda or Tim, there's a pull request in 360. If you guys want to review that. That's my final pull request for that. And then I just have to review AutoPay. I merged Tim's and now I'm going to review it probably today and tomorrow. And then we'll send it off to the auditors, which is super duper exciting. So for those watching, sending it off to the auditors does not mean it's actually imminent. It means the auditors are probably going to have it for a month and a half. We're going to make their changes, send it back to them for a week or two, make their changes, deploy it on testnet. So ideally, like we're looking like October timeframe, but we're on a really good track for it. So it's looking good. Other things, yeah, I think that's about it for me this week. If I can get that off my plate, it'll be huge. And then we'll be working on, we have some exciting integrations coming up, which we'll kind of talk about here. So Tally, what are you up to?
Yeah, I'm working on the piece about building queries from the CLI. I just changed it a bit from it all being in the CLI, that being the query parameters and the query type, to like we changed it a bit, Owen and I, to have like a build flag, and then when you pass it in, you can type in as input the query type and the query parameters. It was more. It fit more for the design of Telia. Yeah.
Well, and then you're working on the Euro USD one.
Yeah.
When do you think you'll have that one up by?
The end of the week.
End of the week?
Thursday.
Okay, cool. Well, because you have that one, and then we're working with DAYD or DAYD, the stable coin. Are you on top of that one too? Okay. Cool. Make it that one. You'll have to make a DataSpec pull request first for both of those. There's a TWAP number. There's a TWAP number and then a volatility number that they need for their stable coin. So Tally's going to be trying to knock those ones out or give the initial implementation. So they went up on Rink B, I think mid-August so they're not a rush, but we can make sure that we get those for those guys. And then I think they put me as they asked if they could call me their Oracle advisor in their pitch deck. And I was like, oh man, I don't know about this. But I think I'm an official Oracle advisor there, which is kind of cool. So yeah. And feel free to ask those guys questions if you need, are you connected with them at all, or? I don't know.
I think so. Have you been reaching them on Telegram?
They added me to some private group on Telegram. So if you need to ask questions, let me know and I'll add you.
Nick, you should make your title for them Oracle.
Right. Yeah. No, I just hope it's not some Ponzi scheme, and then I'm like, oh God. I just part of some rug. So but no, they seem like good guys. They were actually really smart. So if it is a Ponzi scheme, they're very, very thoughtful about it. So it's good. Tim, what are you up to?
Yeah, so I'm starting the day with trying to parse the toxicity measure for Stater. Yeah, for those not in the know, this is one of our ongoing integrations, and yeah, we have to report a measure of the health of lending protocols. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out.
Yeah, so they're like super complicated because Daniela, he's the guy that made that toxicity number. He's like a PhD in physics, and now he does like quant research at a at a derivatives protocol. But yeah, so then he's like, we need to measure the the exposure on lending platforms for each coin. And so he made it's like a PhD style math formula for doing this. And he's like, this is the number we want. Can you guys put it on? And we're like, oh man, maybe. So we're talking with him to get that down. But it's a cool number. And I mean, if we're the people that put it on chain, I think it's, we're going to be the first people to put it on chain. So it could be really cool as far as like, hey, if you need this number, Tellor's the place to go. So it'll be good. Anything else?
That's the main thing for now. I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, and then I guess just make that 360 pull request whenever you got it.
Oh, right.
Look at mine. I didn't change too much, but just a lot of, kind of some of those things we were discussing last week. So,
okay.
Yeah, Owen.
Hey, yeah, so I had to rewrite a lot of this logic for the API query since the data type actually changed. And in doing that, discovered that the CI runs were passing, even though like many tests were failing. So that's great. So I have to go in and fix a bunch of those today. And then just kind of helping Tally and Akram with their pull requests and whatnot. So
cool. Sounds good. Akram.
I'm working on the PR for the tip listener that I had issues running the reporter last week, so Owen helped me figure that out. There's a lot of naming conflicts that had to be changed. So finished that up this morning. Probably gonna pick up the issue after this call and tell everybody about it and work on that.
Nice.
And the airflow stuff worked fine all week, so I'm assuming that's good.
All right, back to good on submitting for Ample. Super cool. All right, Spuddy, how's things going?
Great.
Dispute monitors are up and running. Miners are all smooth, no issues.
I opened up the dispute monitor code a little bit to try to figure out a bug, but it's running. I'm working on blogs. Hey, everybody.
The miners, we haven't had any issues with the miners in a while, right?
No, they're pretty stable now.
That's awesome.
So, yeah. Looking forward to the new version for the any API stuff.
And then once Akram puts the tip listener in, we can get you running the new tip listener and we can start testing that one out too.
Yeah. Like you were saying, testing like tips and disputes and stuff like that more than we're doing now.
Yeah, try and do a few this week for sure. And then report back for us.
Sounds good.
So all right. Yeah, that's about it, guys. Anything else? Brenda, good?
Yeah, I don't know if you wanted to touch on the fact that we had our first data meeting.
Oh yeah, the Alliance of Decentralized Oracles. That was last week since this call. Don't know who watched it, but a lot of you guys were there. It was super good. We're just going to work on, as we get some free time, maybe we'll ask some of you guys to review, but it's just going to be, we're going to do best practices for the oracles. So we'll probably be helping out with that. People also go over, Sasha's making like a list of all the oracle attacks. So I thought maybe, you might know some too.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can definitely post all those and help out with that. And then once we sort of get it all formalized, we can move forward, but good group. So, and then I got a few more deep dives I'm scheduling, so it's exciting.
Who else?
I'm doing UMA next.
Oh, nice.
So UMA will probably be out next week, I'm hoping. gonna get them done, and then I think I'm gonna start emailing bridges too.
Ooh.
Like Nomad, Layer 0, some of those. Those would be good. For,
Nomad will definitely do it.
we'll see. Do you have a contact with them?
I do.
All right, yeah, send me their contact because I mean I'm just like DMing with whoever runs their Twitter handle.
I sat next to a Nomad guy for like
I did
anything
Denver,
the whole
yeah.
time we were bullshitting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should be good. But oracles are bridges, so we'll go pull them apart. See how it goes. But people have really been liking them, so it's been good. All right, that's it, guys. So thank you everyone for coming. Talk to you guys next week.